god. She just started singing again. Gotta change the account on my phone because I'm not. Why am I not prepared every single time I do this live stream thing? Because if I don't, then I might end up thinking that myself is going to be like someone else. Okay, now editing audio, fun thing to do. Something that I like to do around like 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, my favorite thing. Besides also looking back at the script because I can't remember what I wrote. Now where am I at?
Oh, for sure, it can stay here.
What? What do you mean it can't stay here? What?
That is the first one is perfect. My god. All my voice actors are amazing. Like, they do it all right on like every single audio clip that they send me. They do it the best.
What? What do you mean it can't stay here?
I like the fact that Tyanna's and Veronica's voice actors, I believe they're both from some place that requires euros or something like that. I love the fact that that they sound more um in a third world. What is it called? Third world country or something? No, not third world country. And like even though Taya and Veronica are supposed to be two American robotic bunnies, they sound like they're from a different place. And that's what Tyanna is supposed to be like. She's supposed to sound like from a different place. And Miss Mama Work does it perfectly. And then when I heard like Veronica's voice is like debatable because she tries to copy Tyanna in any kind of shape or form.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay. Okay, and their face audio, which I hate editing. Because.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Tiana. What?
That's. I do like Faith's voice actor, but I don't like how I had to edit her audio like this. I had to make like a separate one instead of doing the same with everyone else, and then there we go. It's so weird. I only do that for music. Why do I need to do that for Faith's? Eh. Is this thing even on like the public setting? Hold on. Hold on. I need to turn off my screen. Hold on. I had to do something. to the actual stream itself. Hold on. I had to make the bot alert. Everyone's saying I'm streaming now. Hold on. I'm having fun. Okay, I'm turning my screen back on. Okay, then I got Faith, and now who's next? Okay, so it's Tyanna, so I got to...
For the love of God, you name it.
Oh yeah, Tyanna got really pissed about them naming the goddamn cat. If you name something, you're gonna get way too attached to it.
Well, yeah. She's been staying here for 3 months.
Ah. That's Dexter's voice.
Well, yeah. She's been staying here for 3 months.
Not gonna lie, Dexter does sound like he's high on something, but...
Wait. 3 months?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a perfect yeah. Veronica's voice actor, she does 3 of the same lines in a row, so I got 3 to choose from. Hello.
3 months.
Yeah.
Guys, you know the cat.
Okay, I gotta put this audio really close because she yells Luna.
Luna. Luna. Luna.
I like that one. Hello. Okay, I'm going to raise the amplify a little bit. So it sounds like she's yelling.
The cat.
Luna.
Okay, I'm going to cut her off a little bit.
The cat.
Luna.
No, the cat.
Luna.
Luna can't stay here, and before you ask why, most people have cat allergies, and 2, the fur can be getting into the food.
But Tyanna, we've been taking good care of her so far. But Tyanna, we've been taking good care of her so far.
Yeah, that sounds like she's trying to convince her. Let's listen to this.
But Tyanna, we've been taking good care of her so far.
Oh no, I like that one. That one's better. It's always ending up being like the 3rd try is always the better.
But Tyanna, we've been taking good care of her so far.
Okay. Now we gotta go to... Are we on Dexter? No, we're on Raka.
Yeah!
Okay, so Dexter is the one before Faith. It's one after Faith.
Yeah!
This is fun. I'm having fun. I say this in the most sarcastic. Oh yeah, Faith is... God damn it. I had had to take an audio bit that's as long as Faith's, and I got added to here, and yeah.
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 Wait a minute.
Would it sound better if I put both of them on top?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh my god, it does sound better. Okay, now this is maybe like a long pause real quick. Because Tanya is just now realizing.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
How are you feeding it?
Oh.
Tanya just realized, wait a minute, how are you feeding the cat? Wait, how do you feed? Okay, which one of these three sounds better? The middle one.
We borrowed your card.
Dexter, he says nothing but truth.
We borrowed your card.
Oh my god, that sounded like in perfect harmony.
We borrowed your card.
Dexter out of nowhere. We borrowed your card. Yeah. Borrowed. In quotation marks.
We borrowed.
Okay, we don't.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear the passive aggressive tone that Miss Mom Works is handing out to me. Because I did put in a note saying make this passive aggressive.
You use my card to buy this stupid cat food.
And you know what? After writing and sent it to um Miss Mom Works, who is Tyanna's voice actor, she's over here voice acting an angry robotic bunny about yelling about a cat that can't stay there. And then I realized in Miss Mama Works' profile picture, she has pictures of her cat in it. She has She has a drawing of herself and like holding her two cats. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't hate. I hope she doesn't hate Tyanna.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, that is perfect. I'm not even going to hear the.
Yeah.
That one sounded just way too perfect.
Food.
Oh, you want to hear Circus Master's voice? I will gladly put that on. Because he does have a voice actor.
How long has the cat been in there?
Let Let me amplify it a little bit.
How long has the cat been in there?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if it's picking up from my microphone, but
Yeah.
no, that's the wrong one. I got so many.
How long has the cat been in there?
Well, yeah, that what Circus Master's voice sound like. I love all these voice actors, even though I barely do talk to them. They are amazing for these characters.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The way she says sorry sounds so. Oh, by the way, I also found out that that the person who does Ronica does speak German. So one day, if I ever get her in the call, I'm going to speak a little bit of German since I know a bit of German. I'm going to start speaking it to her and see how she reacts, and I'm going to record it in the background while her knowing. Oh God, I hope she ain't watching this. So she gets like, and then like, dude, I swear she watched this and she's watching the stream, and she just texts me right now. And that would be funny. I'm still learning my German because most of my mother's side comes from Germany. Okay, now it's Faith. Number 4. Faith is not really active much in here.
But, Tiana, we couldn't let it starve.
But hey, at least we got Faith, though. Same thing with Circus Master, like... Again, I keep forgetting that Faith, voice actor, did this with her audio. Which kind of makes me mad. Because I don't like doing separate things. It makes the project 10 times longer.
Faith, it's a wild house cat. And to be honest, it probably has a home that it can't find their way back.
Tiana? Tiana? Are you going to get rid of Luna?
Dexter's like 5. Lol.
Tiana? Are you going to get rid of Luna?
Dexter, I have to.
Veronica is still fighting for this fucking cat, man.
What? No! What? No!
Again. Veronica's about to fucking end her life for this
What?
cat.
No!
How much do you want to bet this is gonna be like 10 minutes long? I swear to God, if it's 10 minutes long, I think I'm just going to end my whole career right here. Well, let's see how far we are. 6 minutes. That's nice. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting you to join. Hello. Ah, funny. The fuck is going on out there? Someone's lighting fucking fireworks. I know this is America, but 99% sure it's my parents. Don't know if you guys can hear that. My microphone tends to be very sensitive when it comes to like audio. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's 4:30 for you. It's only like 10:27 for me. It's night though. 10:27 at night. So, cuz I live in America. This is why it's all in English and based off of like American rules. Cuz I'm only used to American rules. Why are you up so early though? Why? What's the point of being up so early? Oh my god. Jimmy, just let you know. I thought you were Jimmy.
You can lock up the front door.
Okay. Goody, my voice actor for Tyanna just joined the live stream chat. She just joined the live stream chat.
Oh, nice.
I wasn't even expecting her to join. She's like, hello. She's like, hello, now I'm existing. Now where the fuck are the keys? Goody, where's the keys? No, seriously, where are the keys? Alright, they're either over here or over there. Did Jimmy have them? Jimmy, do you have the keys to the front door? I don't own any Kool-Aid. I never had them today.
Yeah, they were stayed in the door. Opened it earlier before we started working. Guy left them in the door.
Did Mom take them out?
No, someone opened the back door.
Oh.
Letty, wait, tell Letty what she needs to do.
What she needs to do?
Yeah. Back now.
Dude, it's late.
I know. Tell her what she needs to do.
Wait, have you not fed the chickens either?
No, I fed the chicken, but not the ducks.
Jimmy.
I did not feed them.
No, I fed them.
I thought you loved ducks. Why do you
I
eat the
fed them,
ducks?
but Letty needs to replace the water and shit. But Letty doesn't want to do it.
That's your job.
No, it's not.
You want the animals, you can take care of the animals.
I didn't want the animals. Mom bought them anyways.
You guys didn't like the barbecue pizza?
I didn't try it yet.
I didn't even know we had it.
I didn't even try it yet because I was still full from eating those Hot Pockets earlier. Jimmy, just let you know I'm live streaming.
What? What is?
I'm live streaming.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, you do. You always ask if I was always on live stream because you don't like to talk to me while I'm doing live streams.
I literally got it for you.
Okay, and then...
Big sis, please, let us keep her. I promise she won't risk anything.
Veronica is so perfect. Veronica's voice actor is so perfect for her role.
I promise she won't risk anything.
All my voice actors are amazing. You hear that, Miss Mama Works? I just say you're amazing.
Big sis, please, let us keep her. I promise you won't risk anything.
Ronica, what happens if an inspector comes and sees the cat? The circus will be closed until we get rid of that cat.
I'm so happy about this.
That's because he just spent the last year at a camp.
It's like, okay, now it's one of the most stressful part is on a couch. The person on in the front.
All you care about is the circus, Tiana.
Straight in the back, the other person just lifts it.
One thing about Faith, she has a very high pitched voice, so this is all I can get with her with a voice. I always get excited every once. To be honest, Miss Mom Works, can I tell you something? You're always the first one to get back at me when it comes to doing these scripts. When it came to the past 2 scripts, you always got back to me immediately. I'm like, chill. You don't have to do this right away. And then like 5 minutes later, I get like a freaking 5 to 10 minutes later, I get like a text back from you saying like done. I'm like, don't you want to waste the full hour? Just say that, hey, I did a full hour. What? Then again, I still pay you the full hour anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. What? What are you guys were talking about?
Dad, he called me and says, if you don't take Nick, I will.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
I'm like, okay. I told Jimmy, I said, if you see your dad dating Nick, you know why.
Hold on. Which one are you talking to? Are you talking to? Oh. Oh, so you're talking about the game. Oh. I do have someone saying that they will code it for me, but they never got back. So I still had to learn how to code it. Well, I got everything else. I just gotta do the nights. Oh yes, Miss Mom Works. I never even told you and the others. I originally made Tyanna's voice, TyannaCircus as a Finance Freddy's fan game.
That shit pissed me off. It's like that shit pissed me off though because she doing space people and shit. Like I could have done that, but she never asked me to do it.
Oh, my voice actors are older than me.
I'm gonna take a camera to death.
No, I care for you guys. But we need to do this so the circus can stay open.
You honestly don't understand how much I fucking died when you sent me in your recording, because I saw it's like the end of it hit the 5-minute mark and I'm like, what? Excuse me? That's 5 minutes? Oh god, I'm gonna die. 5 minutes is like 3 months.
But why can't we keep her in the office? But why can't we keep her in the office? But why can't we just keep her in the office? But
all 3 number bases are the same, so it wouldn't really matter which one I chose for Veronica. Fuck, why do I keep opening Discord? I'm just gonna close it. Oh yeah, I should probably keep the stream running on my phone so my phone can stay open so I can see the chat, so I don't have to keep reopening my phone.
But we need to do this so the circus can stay open.
But why can't we keep her in the office?
Yeah, So don't expect to hear from me in a few months. Because I'm either gonna be freaking like dead or just way too tired to do anything.
I don't need a cat running around everywhere and destroying my things.
All these characters sound so perfect. Why? Why are you in Miss Mama Works? Why is you everyone else so amazing at your job?
She won't do that. She won't do that. She won't do that.
Miss Mama Works. Why is you and all the other voice actors good at your job? Why?
She won't do that.
No.
Cut. Ugh.
No is my final answer. Say
It's funny how I gotta look back at my script to see what I wrote, so I know where to put everything.
goodbye to this cat because I'm taking her to an animal adoption center now.
This fucking fly is flying around for my soda. Okay, so. Oh, that's Circus Master. He doesn't come until later.
Bye, Luna.
Man, I'm almost done with doing Dexter's whole thing. Oh my god.
She won't do that.
No is my final answer.
Oh, what did I... This is actually how I freaking edit the audio together. I just take the ones... I just take your audio offline and then just edit everyone's in there. Because it's easier, because you and Veronica and Circus Master are the only three people that actually, like, in Faith, but Faith, she doesn't, like a few, like, does lines in, like, 15 seconds, and then she says it off as it. But mostly you, Monica, and Circus Master, you sent them in, like, an all full, like, audio bid. So you didn't have to send me multiple different ones. And it's easier for me to edit the smaller ones into the very longer ones.
No buts, Veronica. Taking her to an animal adoption center now. No.
Oh, did I forget to add in the no buts?
But...
You know what? For some reason, earlier today, I was honestly thinking about, like, the circus crew should have, like, their own songs, and then I can make the voice actors sing them. But then I'm like, wait a minute. And then I realized I didn't want to like probably like stress him out from like singing too much. Like I don't know if you guys were down with that or anything. So I like had no idea. I'm like I kind of want to do this, but I kind of don't because I don't know if they want to do this.
But.
No buts, Ronica. Okay then. See you two later.
I hate you! I hate you! I hate.
Angsty teen much.
But.
No buts, Ronica.
Angsty teen much, Ronica. Fun fact about Veronica, she actually tries to copy Tyanna in every single shape and form. Yeah, like that's the whole thing when I was thinking like maybe they could sing like a song for the series, or maybe like sing a song to like tell them what they do and then like how they feel, since they're supposed to be very aware animatronics and they're supposed to also have feelings, even though animatronics are not known to like have feelings since they're just mindless robots. And I'm like, but I don't know how comfortable like the other voice actors will be.
I hate. No, Faith.
Okay, so
Yeah, we've been training her for weeks.
okay, hon, where was that? Okay, that's. See, even I can screw because I had no idea that was there. Okay, now where is that bit?
No is my final.
She won't do that.
Oh, by the way, how can you train a house cat? Like, if it's already trained, it was already. Like, this house cat is, like, already like, full grown. How did Veronica, Faith, and Dexter train it? It's already a full-grown cat living on the run because they lost their home.
No is my final answer. Say goodbye to this cat because I'm taking her to an animal adoption center now.
But.
No buts, Ronica.
I hate you!
I'm going to add sound effects later. But first, I want to export it all so I don't have to deal with the multi-layer from Faith's voice actor. Yeah, I know. I know that. But hey, it's not the first time that I animated a song. When I'm very focused on a project, sometimes I can get it out within like if I'm very focused on a project like I am with TyannaCircus, I would try my best to get it out very soon to the public. Even though I won't get as much views, I just love making this. Maybe one day, like I might, like this might grow into something better. Because I wouldn't say the pilot episode was my best animation. Like I made better animation before, and like I wouldn't say my animation is like the best. I will still say like where I'm at now, I'm like a little above beginner, even though I've been doing this for the past 5 years. Because I do have another channel that basically died, but that's all I did was animation on it. Like this is back then when like animation memes were very popular. Like you know what an anime like if you don't know what an animation meme is, it's like taking a bit of like a song and then animating your character to that beat. And that's what I did back then. And that's actually how my channel grew. And Five Nights at Freddy's were like really popular back then when animations memes were very popular. And then if I wasn't into animation memes or like really into FNAF, Tyanna wouldn't really be existing since Tyanna was actually my first character that I ever drew. And she's still my favorite to this day. Tyanna is over like 7 years old, I believe. No, Tyanna came out when Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was out, and that was back in like 2015. Hold on. 21, 20. 21. Tyanna came out around like FNAF 4, and then where. Yeah, Tyanna came around FNAF 4. That's what I remember. And FNAF 4, July 15th, 2015. Okay, so she became a creation like almost the end of the year of July. I mean, not the end of the year, July. She almost came. Tyanna came alive around the almost near the end of 2015. In 2015, it was like. It was like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh yeah, I'm right. She's almost like 7 years old. Tyanna's like 7 years old, technically. But technically in like yeah, I'm not very good with math. But yeah, she's around 6 and 7 years old. And the way I actually designed her, she was supposed to be like. Fun fact, she was like this is like when I first did a live stream on this channel, my good friend Funtime Flower was in there, and she knew. And as I said in that live stream, she knew Tyanna when she had a different name back then. Tyanna is still the same character to this day. Well, technically, no, she's still not technically the same character to this day. She went through 4 different designs, and then I stuck with the main design that I liked, which is the one that she still has to this day. But the only thing that's different to her design now is when I add the purple freckles and the purple tips at the end of her ears. That will change. Everything else is still pretty much the same. Tyanna is a very old man. And then, like, even in, like, canon character, Tyanna is technically very old. She is 40 years old, technically. Yeah. So, yeah, Tyanna is old, and she's also old. Question Miss Mama Works is Tyanna older than you? Because technically she's canon to be 40 years old. 40 or older. So, question, is she older than you? Or are you older than her? I doubt you're older than her. But, is she older than you? Oh man, even Veronica and Faith are older than you, because Veronica and Faith are both 36. And Circus Master, too. He's supposed to be like 36, too. But Dexter, he's young boy. Dexter is only 7. Because he's meant to be like a child. Why do I feel like that has sarcasm? Every time someone put like ha ha ha, I always end up feeling that sarcasm. Like, wait a minute. I get sarcasm a lot. It's easier for me to tell when it comes to like talking to people. Okay. Now it's again. I don't want to do Faith's audio. Why did 5 download the last? What the? And again, Tyanna's supposed to be like based off of me, so the reason why Tyanna like cursed a lot is because I curse a lot, and that's not good. YouTube is trying to be child friendly, and then I'm over here making Tyanna curse. Speaking her fucking mind. Oh, you want to also hear something funny? Circus Master, he is very short. He is only like 5'3", and then he wears boots. He wears these heel boots. It's supposed to be like part of his costume, as he says, but in reality he wears them just to be taller. But it only brings him up to like 5'6". Let's be honest here.
Bye, Luna. Veronica?
I am so mean to Circus Master, but that's my way to practice making characters of different genders, different heights. Because for the longest time I always made males taller than females. Even though in some places that is not really correct, because there's some females that are way taller than males. I think they said Denmark has the tallest girls. I don't remember. There was one place in the world that said like their girls are very tall. Yeah. Oh. 1 in 510 isn't the average for Dutch. What? What? The average height for people in America is 5'4" for women. And the average height for men is 5'6" in America. Oh my God.
Bye, Luna.
Okay then. See you two later.
Okay. Now I gotta do Dexter. No, that's Faith.
Yeah, where are you going?
Oh, I got rid of his. I didn't even realize I had a copy and paste. god. Hmm. You always have that one giant in every friend group. I can run faster with the wind resistance.
Bye, Luna.
Okay then.
I'm keeping it like that because it's funny because it just snapped to like, okay then. That's funny as shit. I love how like that made me laugh. Or maybe I'm just easily amused. Either one.
Bye, Luna.
Okay then. See you.
It instantly snapped to like, okay, let's do this now. That is funny. I'm not spacing that out a little bit. I'm not spacing that out anymore because that is funny. I believe I'm easily amused. I don't know.
You know I hate us.
Ooh, yeah. That's why we get a circus master. Even though I was actually planning to do him in later episodes, like more like around like I don't know how many episodes I'm planning on doing, but I know that I want to do one where at least it's gonna be like I want to do as many to make it at least like I have a little over like a season 2, like maybe halfway through like a season 2. Like that's what I'm planning to do. But it's gonna be hard to come up with ideas since one of my helpers who were actually helping me get ideas to how to write the scripts. He tried to start drama with me, so I'm like, no, I don't want drama. So I just pushed him aside and blocked him.
No, Faith.
Veronica, are you okay?
So yeah.
See you two later.
Yep. Well, the thing is, Tyanna would not really care much for an animal. Like that's it. Like Tyanna, like she does have emotions. She just prefers not to use it all on an animal. That it can be easily that can easily die and all that. That's why I got so nervous when I sent you the script because I'm like, wait a minute, she has pet cats. Because I realized that you had pet cats when I looked at your profile picture. I'm like, wait a minute, is she going to hate Tyanna now?
No, Faith.
Oh fuck! I just realized there was more.
No, Faith. No, Faith. She just got rid of her best friend. I don't understand why. I thought she would have been fine with it. Like, it was not the first time we did something like this. No, Faith. No, Faith. She just got rid of her best friend. I don't understand.
trying to get comfortable in my chair. That's why it's all squeaky. I'm very sorry for that noise. It's hard because I prefer to like sit crisscross in my chair, and it's like, you fat bitch, what are you doing? You cannot sit like this. And I'm like, screw you, chair. Just support me. I swear, my parents are like fucking setting off fireworks out there. This is what happens when you live in America. You either hear gunshots or fireworks, either one. 99% of the time, it's going to be gunshots. You know what I hate? I've been watching a lot of TikTok recently, and I've been getting one where it's like, if you shake at the gunshot, you are afraid to die. And then I'm over here like, this happens every Tuesday. What do you mean? But then I realized that that person might not be from America, and she's like, honestly scared. And I'm like, I'm over here like, we get gunshots every Tuesday. What are you talking about?
No, Faith.
I forgot. This is gonna be so fucking long.
No, Faith. She just got rid of my best friend. Maybe you're right, but I won't forgive her. We didn't even get to play with her for the last time.
Veronica's just slowly turning into a goddamn child.
Maybe you're right, but I won't forgive her though. We didn't even get to play with her one last time. Maybe you're right, but I won't forgive her though. We didn't even get to say goodbye or play with.
Oh, where I live. Okay, I'm not gonna say which part of the state that I live in, but I live in North Carolina, and there's one rule in North Carolina about people being on your property that I think it's kind of like bad, but kind of like like I'm about it. Like I'm in a mixture between both. I'm like, because North Carolina is what you call a stand your ground state. When it comes to people being on your property, if you did not invite them on your property, you are allowed to shoot them. But you gotta give them a warning saying, hey, if you don't get off my property, I'm gonna shoot you. But if they refuse to get off your property, then you have the right to shoot them then on. And to be honest, you're also allowed to kill them if they're on your property too. So I'm like I understand the gunshot if they're like refusing and you don't like them and you're telling them to get off your property, but shooting them until you're allowed to shoot them until they're dead. Like what? That's why I'm a little about it. I'm like, yeah, because you're trying to protect yourself. Yeah, I got fences too, but people were just like, we refuse to do that. This fence, it says we have cameras, We got dogs. We got guns. They would be like, nah, fuck that. Let me jump over this fence, even though it gave me like 20 other signs that said like, warning, you will die. Yeah, my folks are very overprotective about me and the rest of their children, and then my baby nephew.
With her one last time.
I love how we just went from like talking about like how amazing the like the voice actors until we like somehow went over to fucking gunshots. Hey, I'm like 5'7", maybe. But I can't lift my own body weight. That's one bad thing about me. I can't lift up my own body weight, so they won this time.
That's because we were healing the ones that stayed for a few days, not keeping them. And you don't know. Maybe she did have a human family that she has to get back to.
Yeah, Faith is actually thinking. So like, wait a minute, Tyanna might be right. She might have a human family. Wait a minute, Miss Mama Work. Don't you have like a black cat? The black the drawing of a black cat in your profile picture on Discord? Barely 5 foot, my god. Veronica would be like, hippity hoppity, your cat is not my property. And just like yoink your cat and just walk away. Cole. Nice. But yeah, Veronica would be like, hippity hoppity, your cat is not my property.
Oh.
Okay, let's make this quick because I don't want people getting bad ideas. But yeah, Veronica would be going up to your cat, to you and your cat, be like, hippity hoppity, your cat's not my property. I heard that saying once, and like hippity hoppity, get off my fucking property. Like I heard that saying once, and then I'm like, it's stuck in my head now. And it goes well with Veronica when it comes to stealing a goddamn cat, because she's a fucking rabbit. So of course she's gonna be hippity hoppity.
Fine.
Okay, so now it's actually time for me to do Circus Mastery, which I'm very excited about. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, what Faith said in that one line about them, like, saving cats and about like, them saving 8 healing cats and then releasing them, that's actually what me and my family did when I was younger. We will find random stray cats, and then, like, if they're hurt or anything, or if they're, like, babies, then, we'll, like, heal them up for the past couple of days, and then we either, like, end up keeping them, but they'll be outside cats outside cats, or like, and then they will run away because of a storm. But the only reason why they're outside cats is because my dad is allergic and my little brother is highly allergic. That's why they became outdoor cats. If any hopping, this video's gonna be like 20 minutes long. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm having fun. I spent a lot of money. Actually, no, I didn't really spend a lot of money on you guys. I'm 99% sure you guys just did this to make a quick buck. And plus, also, you guys cared. But also for a quick buck. Oh no, that is wrong.
Oh.
You know I hate asking.
You know what? I should probably be also thinking about what should the next episode be like. I should probably also start thinking that.
Rid of that cat.
Veronica's voice actor requested if I could put the full names of each character that says like a certain line instead of doing like the first like letter of their name, so it'll be easier for her to find where she's at. What do you want to do? Mark as 1, 2, 3, 4.
How long has the cat been in there?
Fun fact: Circus Master's in jail, so Tyanna's like, the fuck do I do?
How long has the cat been in there?
Dexter and Faith got over her, but
Again, I'm just guessing about where these lines are going. I'm not like trying to go through the whole audio while spoiling it in most of this live stream.
Dexter and Faith got over her, but Veronica didn't.
How long has the cat been in there?
She keeps saying I got rid of her best friend.
Oh my god. Do I need to look at the back of the fucking script? Oh my god. I don't want to keep looking back at the goddamn script. Okay. Okay. I got rid of her best friend, guy, yes.
She keeps saying I got rid of her best friend. 3 months?
Oh, Jesus.
I
Your mic just crushed there. Luckily, I can go back. Your mic just crashed there. I gotta go back because this is supposed to be like the second half of what you redid the first. One page with multiple different characters is gonna be like at least like 2 minutes long. This one's gonna be around 10 minutes. I knew this will come to this day because when I make these scripts, I'm gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be like quick, like 5 to 7 minutes. But no, it's gonna be like 10 to 11. I'm like, what? like the algorithm's gonna be like, now this video's gonna be 10 to 15 minutes long. I'm like, what? But I assume that it's gonna be. Miss Mama Works, I don't know if you heard it, but your mic just crashed the minute that like you were doing that line.
It could have been a way to hide Luna for people who are allergic to.
Okay, we can't find that.
Hey, Veronica. Yes. Do you still have a cat that was brought in?
Oh yeah, that's right. I also need to get a person to voice act.
I know that. What should I do? Got any idea? 3 months.
I had to get that because the audio right here, this piece of audio in your microphone just crashed when you were supposed to say any ideas. It's like, no, you're not going to speak there. But luckily, it was in like. But luckily, I get edited from your first piece.
Got any idea?
It was like, hippity hoppity, you're not going to be speaking anymore. It's okay. You did 2 takes of it, so it's fine.
How long has the cat been in there?
3.
Your microphone just like, I'm going to die on you. Sorry.
You know, loving a cat like that is one of her gothic personality traits. I'd hate to say this for the...
3 months.
You know, loving a cat like that is one of her gothic personality traits.
I know that. What should I do? She'll stay mad at me forever. Okay, thank you for the help.
Tyanna hates Circus Master. That's why she's like, I hate the call, but how the fuck do I do this? Like, I am a very intelligent robot, but how?
I'd hate to say this for the sake of the circus, but you might just need to get that cat back.
And then this is...
Just don't let it in the tents or the food house building, and you'll be fine.
The food house building. Oh, definitely, yeah. It like died. But luckily it only died on your second take. So I did get the part from the first take.
I'd hate to say this for the sake of the...
Me forever.
I'd hate to say this for the sake of the circus, but you might just need to get that cat back. Just don't let it in the tents or the food house building, and you'll be fine.
Okay, thank you. Will do.
Anytime. And remember to take care of the circus.
Man, I love how Circus Master's like... I love how Circus Master is like still like talking to Tyanna, like if she was like, if he was still there, but even though Circus Master's in fucking jail. Because in the main story of the in the game, he's the villain. And he's also going to be the main villain in this series. I just realized I can sell marketable. I can sell any kind of marketable since technically I cannot sell anything that resembles the FNAF fan game. But technically, from this point of view, I can sell marketable things, but I gotta put TyannaCircus the series instead of putting the game. Because technically, I can't sell Five Freddy's fan game merchandise because that's very illegal. But if I sell the merchandise of the series, then it's probably going to be like, yeah, because I gotta put the series or like the animated series, because the animated series and the game are like very different.
Will do. Ronica?
Okay, I don't need him because these are just his second takes. I can make this closer. So it's just you sighing.
Will do. Ronica, Faith, and Dexter. I'm heading out. Ronica, you're in charge while I'm gone.
Fine. What do you want? Fine. What do you want?
If I get back to the end of this, how long is this? Okay. Okay. Oh, by the way, you are also allowed to change the wording in the script if it's worded weird. Because the way that I did this one line for Veronica, it was really worded weird, and she improvised it by changing a few words around. And let me just say, you are allowed to do that. I don't mind because I'm not the best when it comes to wording things.
You don't even worry about it. It's a surprise when I get back.
Nice. Funny timing.
Yeah, well, see you later, Ronica.
Oh, that is something else. Fuck. Wrong script. That's a wrong part of the script at the wrong time. My God, what am I doing?
Like, it was not the first time we did something like this. Maybe you're right. I'll play with her one last time.
It seems backwards. Wait a minute.
As we were healing the ones that...
What? Did I switch things? No, because by the time that she was groaning... What? No.
Oh.
Okay, no, I'm right. Does she groan?
Maybe you're right. But I won't forgive her, though. We didn't even get to say goodbye or play with her one last time.
That's because we were healing the ones that stayed for.
No, I'm right. This is wrong. I put this in the wrong spot.
Thought she would have been fine with it. Like, it was not the first time we did something like this.
I can run faster with the wind resistance.
She has to get back to.
Maybe you're right. But I won't forgive her, though. We didn't even get to say goodbye or play with her one last time. Oh.
All my voice actors are older than me. Don't know how to feel about it. And most of the voice actor for Circus Master just tell me information that I didn't need to know what he did in real life. I'm like, I didn't need to know that. All I just wanted to say, like, you got the job. You got the part.
Oh.
You know I hate asking you for advice, since I hate...
Okay, let's make this part longer. All my voice actors are older than me.
You know I hate asking you for advice, since I hate talking to you, but it has been 3 weeks since I got rid of that cat. Dexter and Faith got over her, but Veronica didn't. She keeps saying I got rid of her best friend. Got any idea?
How long has the cat been in there?
3 months.
You know, loving a cat like that is one of her gothic personality traits.
I know that. What should I do? She'll stay mad at me forever.
I'd hate to say this for the sake of the circus, but you might just need to get that cat back. Just don't let it in the tents or the food house building, and you'll be fine.
Okay, thank you for the help.
Anytime. And remember to take care of the circus.
Will do. Veronica, Faith, and Dexter, I'm heading out. Veronica, you're in charge while I'm gone.
Fine.
You don't even worry.
I mean, if you want to, I don't honestly mind. I honestly don't mind. That is your choice. But I gotta open Discord though. Cause I closed Discord because I keep opening it back up. Because my dumbass was like, yeah, sure. Let's keep opening it. Oh, fuck my friend. I had to tell my friend that I was being sarcastic. My friend picked it up. I have weird friends that named themselves weird names. She picked up on my sarcasm. Good. Because I was being really sarcastic when I said I'm having fun doing this. But the part where it's like Tyanna like quickly changed, like the time I was like, okay, let's get rid of this cat. like freaking like the 3 other animatronics are literally bawling their eyes out because they're like crying and all that. And then like Tyanna's like, okay, let's get rid of this thing. That made me laugh. It also did. See what I mean? I keep accidentally opening it, and I hate when I do that. Okay, now. Okay, so now I got to get the other. But yeah, Miss Mama Works. It's your choice if you want to be like in the car or something. It's honestly your choice. I really don't mind.
Tiyanna? Tiyanna, where are you going?
Wrong things. Oh, I keep forgetting.
Fine.
Tiyanna? Tiyanna, where are you going?
You don't even worry about it.
Tiyanna?
Oh, shit. I didn't realize. Fuck. My Discord didn't give me the fucking notification. Until now. Okay. Okay, let's try this again. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Let's try this again. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Great. Let me
I can hear the live
let me
stream back.
call you on YouTube. Can you hear me?
Ah. I can just hear myself in the background. And I'm 99% sure my microphone's picking that back up and then it's like repeating it in the live stream.
It's Inception for voice calls. Yes, I know. Hello, everyone watching, by the way.
Yeah. This is actually the first time that I actually been in one of the calls with my voice actor, so this is going to be very new for me.
Ooh. Well, don't worry. To be fair, like I said, I just woke up, so trying to lubricate my voice with some tea here. Mm. For the past couple nights, it's like been like really chaos for me. So I'm like used to staying up to like freaking 2 a.m. in the morning, 2 in the morning. Then I'm like, Dear.
and then like when I sleep over at my parents' house, I would get wake up like when I normally stay up till 2 a.m. I get wake up at 9 a.m. I'm at 9 in the morning. I'm like, what? I want to go back to sleep. Let me sleep.
Yes. I can imagine.
It's more bad since I have a lot of little siblings too. I got like 4.
Ah, yes.
Plus a baby nephew who runs around. Not too long ago, we actually celebrated his birthday.
Oh, really? How old is he now then?
He's a little over. He's like at least like a little like 2 weeks over 1 years old.
Ah. Late congratulations for your nephew.
But the one bad thing was, my sister decided to have like the party outside, where it was like freaking like 93 degrees outside, and then like the bad thing was I had to work that day too, so. But the thing is, I work at a fast food place, so it's like I'm going to the heat. I got out of the heat to go into more heat. You would not believe how hot a McDonald's is. My God. And yes, I do. I used to work at a McDonald's. I recently quit because they were literally treating me very unfair than the other staff. Like since I was technically the youngest person in the building, they had me running. They had me more running around than everyone else.
Oh
And
yeah, that's kind of yeah.
yeah, and it kind of sucked because now then there'll be this like one person who literally is doing nothing. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why can't they do this?
Yes, it's sometimes a weird mentality that people get then with younger people or people who are not as long with the company as they are. I can sense that with people who are like in their 50s or in their 60s at my work, they are really entitled. And I'm like, dude, come on. I
Luckily,
can probably do three times the work you do, but you need to do something as well.
yeah, that's honestly something too. Like I understand we're understaffed, but you literally have someone doing nothing right here.
Yes.
Now and then we couldn't even have our breaks because we were so understaffed where we can't have anyone replacing anyone because we were so tight.
Yeah.
It literally sucked.
That's not good.
Yeah, plus it's
That's
also
really not good.
and plus even in like the U.S. it's very illegal not to get anyone a break. It's very illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So, but so the way that they put around it is like you can go off to the side and eat something, since if since where I live, it's like, oh, if you work at a fast food company, I'm pretty sure it applies everywhere, but if you work at a fast food company, you're allowed to buy free food.
Mm-hmm.
Only during work hours. But then
Ah.
like during during not work hours, you get at least like a 30% discount. So technically, yes, I could have got my family like 30%
Well,
free
yeah,
drinks.
but if you're entitled, you only get it during work hours, I guess.
The free meals, yes, you can get them during work hours, but the
Hmm.
discounts, you can get the discounts when you're not working.
Okay.
But sometimes when we're like short on staff, my manager would be like, "Okay, you can eat off in the corner, or you can like buy a free meal. You can buy as much food as you want and bring it home as a meal." And now I'm like, I'm bringing so much free food home because there's a certain limit about how much you can buy. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I can buy as much as I want. Freaking brought home like a 20-piece nugget, for like two McChickens and like two McDoubles, and I'm like, I'm set.
Yeah.
Set for life.
Hmm.
But
Bills,
I did have
bills.
so much fun working there. Besides the rude customers, I hated that. We actually had to call the police on someone because she was okay. So I was the only one
Oh,
working
dear.
lobby since I chose to do cash register. So most of the time would just be me being the only one out there. So I had to make sure the lobby stays clean, and I also gotta be taking people's orders and make sure everything's restocked out there. So it's just me.
Yeah.
And then my manager's like, since we were getting a lot of people, and she's like, okay, just take 3 people, and then if any of those 3 people order ice cream, stop, make the ice cream, and then hand it out. And I'm like, okay. So that's what I've been doing. So every 3 customers, and the people who order ice cream, after I get done with 3 customers, I go make ice cream, and I tell them that they need to wait because and plus most of them overheard my manager about what she said, so they did agree that it was a little bit unfair for me to be running around. So they're like, okay. And then one of the people come up to me saying, hey, we ran out of you don't have any more lids up there. I'm like, oh, okay. So since I didn't have any customers to like serve off, since I served off everyone in there, I went to go restock everything because everyone was coming back saying, hey, you guys no lids out there. I'm like, okay. So that's what I did. And then this one
Mm-hmm.
lady, she's like, is anyone going to be taking my order? Like, she wasn't even there for like 2 minutes.
Ah, yes. The classic Karen.
Yeah, and then then my manager was like, listen, she's doing something. She's the only one working in the lobby, and she's busy restocking things to make other people happy right now. You need to give her a minute. And then she was going off. And then it got to the point where my manager had to call the police.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's classic Karen. That's a Karen if I hear one.
Yeah. Oh, and I believe I'm starting to lose my hope in this humanity because they had me working on headset one day, and
Mm-hmm.
we had the lobby closed because we were so understaffed where we can't even keep the lobby open. So when the lobby was
Okay.
closed, this was around like night. So since I do work like somewhat at night, um,
Mm-hmm.
the one lady she goes out she orders her food and then like I typed in her food and then she's like, "Hey, do you guys know that your lobby's closed?" Do I know that the lobby's closed? Do I know that?
Really? How? No,
Really?
I've been stuck in this little cell for eternity.
Yeah, where are you?
Yeah. So I'm like,
Okay, have fun.
so I'm like, yes. The thing is, I told one of my managers this like a couple days after this. I'm like, you know what? I told him say like someone asked me if I knew. So the lobby was closed on this day because we were so understaffed, and some lady asked me if I knew that the lobby was closed, and he just died of laughter because he found it really
Alex,
stupid. It's stupidly funny.
what's a bit weird?
Yeah. I have a lot of weird and funny work stories. And I've only been working there for like 3 months. And then I'm like, they literally made me do everything for the past, like, for 1 month, like, they've been, like, doing things easy with me since I was new. And then after, like, the 2 months, they're like, okay, make sure she does everything. I'm like, wait, what?
Just give her everything.
Get her everything to do. Like, make her run back there to go get, like, the boxes to refill up the machines. Make her make ice cream. Make her do fries, make her take orders. Yeah, let's make her do that. I'm like, wait, what? Make sure she drops fries in the fryer. I'm like, wait a minute, can I get like a second to like think? And then there was this one manager, she's like, I'm over here like trying to like think about like how I should do this. And then she's like, you gotta do this. And I'm like, yeah, just let me process that a little bit. Because like I wouldn't say like I have something wrong with me. I just say like it takes me a good minute to understand what you're trying to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Like like there's nothing wrong with me. It just takes me like a good minute. Like like my mother said like I'm like a little bit behind when it comes to things, and I get easily distracted. But it does take me a good minute. So and she's like, you gotta do it this way. I'm like, wait a minute. Let me just. And then as I'm trying to think what she's trying to tell me, like how am I processing it? She's like, are you not listening? I'm like, yes, I'm listening, but it takes me a minute to process it.
Yeah.
And my mom, like, there's a big difference between me and my mom. Like, I can be like the nicest person, like you, like I'm like the nicest person that you could probably meet. And my mom, when something happens to like me or any of my little siblings or any of my older siblings, she will go off on someone. She will literally start a fight.
Yeah.
And like end up going to jail because of it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, cause I don't know if you know a lot about people in Jersey, in like New Jersey. They are people not to be messed with, cause like if you do like the tiniest like like you don't even mean to like make an insult or anything. Like if you do, like, if you accidentally insult them, they will not take a second to like to argue. They will immediately like try to fight you.
They will immediately throw hands.
Yeah, immediately throw hands.
Well, they better not come to the Netherlands then, because the stereotype of Dutch people is that they're very rude. Um, it's not actually true. We are just really honest, and people perceive that as rude. But
Brutally honest.
I can imagine someone being like, "Oh, like if your mom would say like, do I look fat in these pants?" A Dutch person would say, "Yeah," and they will immediately throw hands. I guess.
Yeah.
Dutch people are, yeah, you look
Yeah,
fat. Better
where are
take
you?
off the pants. Get another
Surprise
one.
when I get
Uh,
You don't even.
Man, I've been working on a lot of projects recently. Like I'm working on this project. I've been working a lot lately. I'm like helping my
Mhm.
mom next door. Like I help my mom take care of some stuff. I help my older sister watch my baby nephew. I'm working on TyannaCircus. I'm I'm also doing me and my one friend are planning to do a Minecraft series. I'm just like
Oh yeah, I've heard you talk about Minecraft. Indeed.
yeah, I don't know if you saw like when it pops up saying like, oh, the username TyannaCircus is playing Minecraft. Yeah.
Well, my friends always see me working or playing RPG Maker VXAs, because I am secretly making an RPG
surprise
game
when
for my friends.
Oh yeah.
I
I
tried to
heard
hide
about
it,
that.
but
Yeah, like every time I go to like talk to my friends on Discord, I just look over and see your profile and just be like, playing RPG Maker. I'm like, oh.
yes, yes, I'm trying to make a game. Um, it will be my third game in like 3 months, and it's a bit too much. But uh, I have no, I have two
surprise when I
friends
get
who
back.
are both voice actors and let's players on YouTube, so they know how to entertain. They recently did Everhood. You know that game?
No, I don't think so.
It's like Undertale, but with Dance Dance Revolution in it.
Still no, still have no idea what you're talking about.
You know Undertale?
Yeah, I know Undertale. I've been a big fan of Undertale.
Yeah. So imagine Undertale, but Dance Dance Revolution Undertale.
Oh, like Dance Tale.
Yeah, but then so it's not really an Undertale fan game, but it's called Everhood, and it's really fun. But it has like 50 or 60 characters, and these two boys just voice them all in different voices. It was really fun. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's make them a game, and I never stopped making games since then.
Oh, okay.
And it's escalating a little bit. So the first game it took me 7 hours to make, you know, just a little game. The second game took me 2 weeks to make. You know, it was already 2 hours of gameplay, but this game, the one the game I'm working on right now, just for fun, just a fan game, will probably take me 6 months. It will be animated in certain parts. It will be voice acted in certain parts. So I'm going a bit off the rails.
Oh my god.
So yeah, if you see me playing RPG Maker, that means that I'm working really hard to put in scripts to work on. I'm basically making a cross between a visual novel uh, dating simulator and an RPG pirate world.
Oh my god.
And it's just really fun to work out the script and thinking of like lines that they could say, um, trying to draw the people they battle, try to not be like too lewd on certain things, because dates.
Yeah.
And then I suddenly got a call. Yeah, you can you voice Tiana? I'm like, yes, wholesome stuff, good.
And then like you got to the second script and Tyanna was almost saying "fuck."
It's still more wholesome than thinking about like what kind of what kind of pose will I put these boys into to make it as embarrassing as possible.
Oh my god. But
Yeah, and
you,
I don't really have Tiana's character to be fair.
the funny thing is, TyannaCircus has not been up for long. Like, has not been up for long, and then it's like Tyanna like I had like a little like mini server. It's kind of dying, but it's about TyannaCircus, and there was literally two people who were sipping for Tyanna, and then there was one person sipping from Ronica.
Oh dear.
And I'm like, oh god. They're just robotic bunnies with really like feminine body types. Like
Yes.
I understand like you like the body type, but don't go over like literally like simping for them like because the thing is I control like these little bots on the server that makes it sound
Hmm.
like they're talking to them. It sounds like the circus crew is like talking to the people, and
Yeah.
like freaking one guy was like literally flirting with Tyanna, and Tyanna's like, and then I'm like, oh god, how do I respond to that as Tyanna? And I'm like, because I'm getting awkward. I'm like,
Just go no.
yeah, and then
Fuck
like,
that.
yeah, Tyanna's like, no, no, and then he kept trying to push it. And I'm like, no, no. And then like not too long later, there's someone sipping from Veronica, and I'm like, what? No, no. And Veronica, because you can already tell Veronica's personality by the way she looks, because she's supposed to act like a gothic
Mhm.
teenager.
Yeah.
So she's like, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me. And the thing is, she's always getting head pat by that one simp.
Yeah.
She's like, don't touch me, or I will murder you. And she can.
Headpants are a strange phenomena anyway, because who in their right mind would like if in real life would go like, yeah, you get headpats for me, stranger.
Yeah, let's be honest here.
It's purely purely an internet thing. Like if someone would come up to me and be like, "Can I pet your head?" I'm like, "Hell no."
Oh my god. Ugh. Like, but the one thing is that everyone kept questioning me for what was why does Veronica have a scythe? I don't know. I don't know if you ever saw her with her scythe, but she does have a scythe.
Yeah, why
And
does Ronica die?
yeah,
Maybe you can make an episode about it. Like she's she lost her sight and someone is like, "Yeah, but do you really need it?"
she's gonna yell. Of course, I need it.
Yeah, but then she has to like give an explanation why she needs it.
It's actually quite obvious because I did answer this question a lot. It's because Veronica is actually one of those dangerous jugglers. Like she juggles like knives, chainsaws, her scythe,
Ah, yeah.
and then like each character in the circus, they have their own tent and they do
Mhm.
their own things. Like Tyanna, she's the ringleader and she controls these actual like robotic like animals and make them jump through
Mhm.
fire. Because what the circus is supposed to be is an animal cruelty free circus since technically all the circuses a while back were actually closing because of animal cruelty. So they
Yeah.
made these robotic animals for animal cruelty free.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only reason why people are being drawn to it is because it's controlled by robots.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the robots are very mindful about what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
they're very aware. Especially if it's a 7-foot tall bunny looking at it. That's how tall Tyanna actually is. She's 7 foot. She's like 7 foot
Only 7 foot.
tall. Yeah, only 7. Ronka's only 6. Faith is like
Yeah.
almost 6 foot. And then Dexter's over here like, I'm 5'9".
He's even shorter than I am.
I mean, not 5'9". Faith is 5'9". Faith is 5'9". Dexter's like, I'm like almost like 5 foot. Hello. So yeah, Tyanna is a ringleader. Faith is actually one of those acrobats that walk on the tight ropes at the very top of the circus tent.
Yeah.
And the thing is, she has to be very careful because she's a heavy animatronic who's walking on a thin wire.
Oh yeah.
And then she's like up like 40 feet high. So she's like, okay, if I fall from this, I'm probably going to be really damaged. But nothing stopped me then. Then Dexter, he's just there to make sure the kids are getting used to animatronics. Or like
Yeah.
a babysit. That's why his tent is just a play area for the younger kids who didn't want to sit in the show.
Yeah.
So technically Dexter's basically a babysitter, even though he's like 7. Mentally 7, watching kids that are younger than him.
He's the big brother of the kids.
Well, technically Dexter's not even the big brother. He's the youngest brother. He's the baby.
So the kids are watching him, basically.
Probably. But it's weird because it's like, oh yeah, we're going to trust our kids with this animatronic who acts like a 7-year-old. Like, yeah, let's trust our kid with that.
Yeah. He seems well behaved.
Yeah, and then he's very truthful. like in the part where where you recorded saying, "Wait a minute, how are you guys feeding the cat?" He was like, "Oh yeah, we borrowed your card."
Mm-hmm.
He's very truthful. He would literally spit out anything that is the truth. So that's one good thing about Dexter.
Yeah. Well, not always, to be fair. If he always says the truth, it can be a lot of trouble.
Hey, he did good so far when it comes to lying about the cat being there.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, when I was rolling that picture of you and Tyanna like standing next to each other, it was actually quite easy for me to like end up drawing you the way that I did. Is because the way that I drew you is like the way that I normally draw myself. So I'm like, oh, literally the same thing but different colors and no glasses. I'm like, oh, okay.
Nice.
We even had like the same fucking haircut. Like, what the fuck?
To be fair, I recently dyed my hair pink.
I only dye my hair purple, or like I'm planning to dye it silver. I have this hair box dye that is silver, and then my older sister's waiting for me to is waiting for her eyesight to get back a little bit because she wants to use the bleaching kit in it to fix up her roots.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, since short hair people have a lot of short hair, um, it's it's easier for her to use the rest of the product since there's going to be a lot left.
Yeah. Well, I look like I have short hair, but I have very curly hair. So sometimes you think, oh, that's not that much, and then I I take out my curls and like, wow, that's like that's a feet longer than I expected. A foot longer. My hair is extremely curly, so I usually get it dyed with my hairdresser. But I wanted it blue, and my hairdresser was like, "Nah, you have dark brown hair. Let's not do that."
I remember I dyed my hair so many different colors. Um, like I had it like pink and purple, grayish blue, black, purple.
Hmm.
To be honest, I remember grabbing a purple hair dye box and then it ended up being fucking like raspberry pink. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I got purple, not raspberry pink. And then I'm
That
like,
is a completely different color.
but I think I knew why it turned out raspberry pink is because in it they use like actual like berries in it, and
Ah,
it smelled like berries too.
at least it smelled nice.
Yeah, it did.
Wait, did they just did they just sell you like crunched up berries?
No, no, no. No, we buy these hair dye boxes over at like the store,
Yeah.
and then we dye them ourselves.
Ah, yeah.
It's like, oh, this is gonna be a bright, vibrant purple if you leave it in longer. I'm like, yeah, sure. And I left it in longer, which was a mistake because it turned out to be raspberry pink.
Hmm.
Even though I like my color purple. Purple is the key.
Yes.
When I don't want my hair to grow, it grows in as fast as it can. But then when I want it to grow, it's like, nah, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Like it barely been like 3 months since I like shaved my head. Well, like
Yeah.
I shave it on the side and then leave the top part like and my bangs like still there
Yeah.
because I like that style. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember getting a mohawk too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a mohawk at some point.
Nice.
But the thing is, that's when also got accepted for my job too. So it's like,
Yeah.
me going in the day after I got a mohawk. I'm like, hello. My parents were like, okay, this is your first job interview. Okay, this is what you're gonna say. This is what you're gonna tell them, and what you want. And I'm like, okay. And then the minute I walk in, they're like, you're hired. Like they didn't even have to look at me for long. He's like, you're hired. I'm like, oh, okay. That's because they're so understaffed. They're literally going to hire anyone as fast as
Yeah.
they can. So it's like you're hired. I'm like, oh, do I need
They
to
were
like?
just checking if you didn't have like visible gang tattoos, and then it's like, okay, you're hired.
Yeah. Plus,
Hmm.
plus McDonald's like where I live is like mostly like people around my age to be like, and then people around in their early 20s. There's only a few people that are in like their 40s. There's only a few people that are in their 40s. Three managers are in their early 20s.
Ah.
Well, these other two managers are in like, well, the other few managers that I barely even know. Besides one, I know one pretty well. She's in her
Mm-hmm.
40s, and then the store manager, I believe he's in his 40s. And I believe the other ones are like in their mid to late 30s. So yeah. And plus, I also met a few people from my school in the same freaking like establishment. I'm like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
My social anxiety ass is gonna be like, oh, hi, who are you? How do you know me? And that's also the main reason why I got a job, so I can learn how to talk to people.
Very important. Dutch is a strange language when it comes to talking to people. But Dutch people are very adept at talking in English as well. Um, Not talking about myself, but like in general, we get taught English when we are about 10 years old, and when we're 12, we also get taught German and French, and then we still need to remember Dutch, you know. But yeah, so English is one of the main languages in the Netherlands.
Is it?
But
I had no idea. I haven't really been. I don't really study other countries.
nah, Netherlands is also very small. It's a very small country. But so Dutch is our main language. It's our mother language, mother tongue, and then we learn English, German, and French because no no other country dares to speak Dutch. Uh, but you get these weird little things that you can say in English, but you can't say in Dutch, and people tend to switch them because we are so used to talking in English that we switch things between Dutch and English very fast. So if someone comes up to me and they're asking for the sexy English books, sexy is Dutch for section. I am very confused.
Oh God.
so, so one time when I was working at a bookstore, this very old lady was like, "Yeah, where's this sexy English book?" And like, oh, you mean section? Okay, let me show you the section of English books." There we go.
You know, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, "The fuck you just say?"
Yeah.
Uh, Fun fact: I'm also learning German at the moment because that's because like maybe one day, like if I actually
Mhm.
plan to do it in the future, I kind of want to visit Germany because
Nice.
most of my mother's family is from Germany.
Cool. Which part of Germany? Germany is like 4 times as big as the Netherlands, but I know a bit of Germany.
That's
We're
the
like
thing.
the
I know
Netherlands is
that's the thing.
the yeah. So the Netherlands is the neighboring country of Germany. We are on the western side of Germany.
But yeah, the thing is, I don't know which part of Germany that I want to go to.
Mm. If you want to go to nature, I would suggest swatch uh, the more western southern side of Germany. If you heard of Schwarzwald, that's from the Schwarzwald, which is Black Forest. And there is a part of Germany that is covered in forest, and it's very old forest with lush leaves and trees, and it's supposed to be really really beautiful there. Berlin is for people who really want to party. After everything with the pandemic is over, to be fair.
Yeah. You know, I do
And Berlin is
remember.
the
I do remember me and my family getting COVID, but I'm one of the I was blessed to be one of those people who
mm,
actually didn't get sick. They actually became a carrier. So I was kind of blessed about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like even though my test came back negative, I was still in the same car with my siblings who came back positive. Well,
Yeah.
guess I have it, but I end up being the carrier.
Yeah.
So, so that kind of stuff. My family had to quarantine for like 2 weeks,
Yes.
and
The whole family,
and
indeed.
when I
Yeah.
went to go visit them, I had to go wear a mask. But then I'm like at first I had to go wear a mask because I had no idea if I had it. And then I'm like, you know what, screw it. I literally been in the same car with these people, so I just took off the mask because I knew I end up like. The thing is, I don't get sick often. Like when I'm sick, I'll be like crawling on the floor dying. But in reality, I don't get sick. I almost did like suffocate because of
Oh
allergic
dear.
reaction. And a lot of people have said that really sucks for me because it's a common berry. Well, technically, it's not even a berry, I believe, because berries, seeds are on the inside. Again, a lot of people said this sucks for me, but I am very allergic to strawberries.
Yeah. Doesn't really suck. You just have to be really careful.
Yeah,
It would suck more if you were allergic to milk or peanuts because everything contains peanuts or milk.
yeah, I know. Oh, you know what's funny?
Hmm?
My baby nephew, he ended up being allergic to strawberries.
Ah, as well.
Yeah, so I have a friend. And then the other funny bit that I recently just learned is my sister was eating um like eating some food, and then she gave my baby nephew some of this like salad dressing from it,
Mm-hmm.
and he started going off in hives. And then my mother told me, saying like, "Oh yeah, you did the same thing when I gave you pieces of my salad. Something in the dressing made you break out of hives." I'm like, "Oh." And my sister was joking around saying like, did Libby give birth to this kid? What the hell?" But it's funny. Like somehow this kid ended up getting the same thing as me. Next
Mhm.
next thing I know, he's going to be allergic to Applejack cereal. And that's the type of cereal that we have. I don't know if you got it over there, but I believe it's called like Applejacks or something. And it was supposed to be like this.
Maybe we
It's like this apple
get.
cinnamon cereal,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently there's something in it that I'm allergic to. Like I had cinnamon. I have like there's something in the cereal. Like it's not apple, it's not cinnamon, because I can eat both of those perfectly fine. It's something in the
Yeah.
cereal, and then my mom said you broke out of really bad like hives last time you ate it. I'm like, oh, why does
Better not do
why does the good things, like the good like tasting things, are always like bad for me?
Ah, yeah. Maybe make your own Applejack cereal.
Eh.
We don't eat a lot of cereal here in the Netherlands. We are bread eaters. We eat a lot of bread.
Hey, at least bread technically like fills you up more.
Yeah. Um, to be fair, I've heard like people tell me that they've never eaten bread like they've eaten bread in the Netherlands. So every time I'm in another country, I'm like, this is not bread. This is not what bread tastes like. This is weird. But we have major bakeries that bake the bread, or people make their own bread. But it's uh, of often it's more fresh than anything you can get anywhere else in the world, and uh, it doesn't have a lot of preservatives, and it's very well regulated. So that's why bread is eaten often here. things like, have you ever heard of the chocolate sprinkles here in the Netherlands?
Chocolate sprinkles.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember watching a lot of YouTubers eat Netherlands food, and I don't think I recognize what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing about chocolate sprinkles, the Dutch people love it. Um, to put on their bread. It's called hagelslag.
What?
Hagel. Oh my god, you're learning Dutch now. Hagelslag.
My God. I, I can barely learn German because like the regular English word would be like 4 letters long, and then in German it'd be like 25. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and Dutch is somewhere in between. And but yeah, you also. I think this is the first time you hear my G pronunciation. Dutch people working with G's. Hagelslag, which is basically.
Why the fuck did it sound like coleslaw?
There's no C in there anywhere.
I know, but the rest of the words sound like it sounded like that. I'm like, why?
Okay. Yeah, so hagel means hail, so that basically little bits, and slag. I think that's what you mean. Slag. Slag is is basically the chocolate part. But we like it's chocolate sprinkles, and the rest of the world puts on ice cream or cakes or whatever. Here in the Netherlands, it's only put on bread with a lot of butter, and we eat it like that. It's nothing else. And we eat tons of that stuff. It's really a lot.
My God. Oh my God.
Hmm.
Just hearing that is like, oh, wow. Uh, I remember there's a few things when it comes to America, like it's different from the North and the South. Let me just say that.
Mm-hmm.
So in the South, like in the South, you will always get this like Southern style sweet tea, and the Southern style sweet tea is always good.
Yeah.
And then when we go to so say like since I live in North Carolina, I'm in the South. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like we're under the border where we're like just under the border where it would be considered the South part of America.
Yeah.
And then when we go up to like another state to go visit my grandparents, since they're like higher up in America, um, they don't even sell Southern style sweet tea because it's a Southern thing. And I'm like, I like that. And the funny thing is, there's this like mayonnaise that's really
Mm-hmm.
good. It's called Duke mayonnaise,
Okay.
and it's really good. Like I like any other mayo, I'd be like, ew, what the fuck is that? And then with that mayo, it's like really really good. Like I cannot eat like every time I go to like stay at my like one of my grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ew, do you have any Duke mayo? And they're like, what the hell is Duke mayo? I'm like, you don't what? Again, Duke mayo is a Southern thing. And
is
then
is Duke Mayo more uh is it less sour?
I believe
Usually,
so. I believe so.
yeah. We have two types of mayo here in Europe. There's the French type of mayo, which is really based off mustard, so it has the mustard taste. And you have Dutch mayo, and that's just filled to the brim with sugar, and it's really really tasty, but it's really bad for you. It's basically fat and sugar and egg.
That's what Duke mayo is kind of is. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
I
Like
think that's the Dutch type of mayo. Yeah.
yeah. And then like I told my grandparents like one time I was going to the store with my grandmother and I saw it on the shelf. It was like a little mini bottle of it. I'm
Hmm.
like, Grandma, we need to get this. She's like, and she's like, why? I'm like, I can only eat this mayo. I cannot eat the other mayo. And she's like, oh, okay. And then when I left there, and since she lives far away, like 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 a few minutes later, she called us, like seeing how we were doing, and then she's like, put Libby on the phone. And I'm like, hey. She's like, ever since we were trying to finish off that Duke Mayo that you bought, and we can only eat that. We can't eat the other mayo. When I go to the store, I had to grab like at least like 5 of them because they go off the shelf real quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have converted her to the dark side.
Yeah.
But Duke Mayo's very
Yeah,
good.
but that type of mayo is really good. The other types are way too sour and mustardy for me.
Yeah. There's some people that I honestly don't understand. Like, I see like some people eat like mayonnaise and mustard. I'm like, what? How?
They apparently really like the mustard taste. Oh,
I,
so,
I keep end up being stupid to myself because I'm practicing making like these resin molds, and it's like it advised me on the packaging saying do not touch with bare skin, and I'm over here like poke it. Being a
True
child,
human, true
poke it,
human behavior there.
poke it.
I wanna touch it.
Yeah, and then I end up I ran out of gloves. I'm like, oh, then okay, I'll be really careful. And then somehow got resin on my hand. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
I was being really careful.
And that's why you need gloves.
I'm making a Tyanna mold.
Ooh, nice.
Like it's like a shape in the heart, and then it looks like Tyanna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Very
like
cool.
it like the bottom part has orange, and then the top part has like yellow, and then the second layer has blue dots and like a black nose and like her pink cheeks. And then I have my practice resin mold still drying. These been drying for days because of how many layers I have on them. And my dumbass is like, should I make the next script and then pay my voice actors, or should I buy a cotton candy machine? You probably assume what I did. I bought a cotton candy machine. I'm like, I can either do that or cotton candy. Where's that? Cotton candy.
It is a very tough choice.
Between cotton candy or the next episode.
Yeah.
It actually took me a while to actually do like to get Circus Master to do his lines. It's because unlike you and the others, he prefers to do it by email.
Yes.
And I don't do email. I'm like, okay. Like he did have a Discord, but he doesn't go on there. So I'm like,
That is annoying.
So I'm like, and the thing is, I had to get something to convert. Apparently, to convert something from Hotmail to Gmail, and then I also had to like friend him on that thing too. And then
That is. Oh wow. Yeah.
and then I had to like go put money on my card since I didn't have any cash, since I didn't have anything on my credit card, since I bought Wendy's for my whole family like the day before, where he actually responded back to me. I'm like, I threw my arms up in the air. I'm like, great! Now I gotta go put money on my card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love leaving the house. So then I put like over $100 in my card, and then I'm like, after paying Circus Master, cotton candy machine.
Those two come together very well, to be fair. Cotton Candy Machine and Circus Master.
Yeah. But in the game, though, Circus Master is like Eva. as I said before.
Mm-hmm.
You and Tyanna calling him is like I was actually planning that in like future episodes, but then I'm like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make it look like I didn't want the voice actor for Circus Master to feel like I forgot about him. So I'm like, okay, be in the second episode, even though I was planning to put you in later ones, because I didn't want. Same thing with Faith's voice actor in Dexter's. Like it was just because the first episode was just you, Ronica, and the government agent guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I took like a month, like a month off because I was just got too busy with work and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, I gotta do this before they like think like, oh man, did she forget about us, or did she like give up on the series? I'm like, and I would be like, no, I didn't. I just got too busy.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then I started working on the second episode. Took me like a week because I got distracted a lot, especially with the Minecraft series that me and my friend are planning. Ah. And then I finished the second script for the second episode because I had to get it out quickly as I can because Veronica was about to go on vacation. So I'm like, I gotta get this out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta get it out before she goes on vacation. God damn it, no, hurry. So I don't know if you kind of noticed that it felt like it was like a little more rushed. Because I'm like, okay, I gotta get this out before she leaves.
No, I didn't feel really. I didn't feel that really.
Okay. But Faith and Dexter got a good chunk of being in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, yeah, I'm here. Hello. I am
Hello.
Back. I am back. Veronica's like, hello, you heard of me once. But the only reason there's actually a main reason how I got inspiration to do the second episode about the cat. Because, so I do have this roleplay option in the server where people can roleplay with, and pretend to be in, like, the circus with the animatronics.
Yeah.
And somehow I mentioned a cat in there, or someone like mentioned a cat, and then I'm like, oh, Veronica should have like kept the black cat secret. And then it went off from there, and I'm like, that sounds like a good second episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, most of it is probably gonna be from the roleplay.
Role playing can help really much.
Yeah, really
Really
can.
a lot.
Oh.
Surprise when
I'm gonna go back to that part where I liked. It's where like it sounded like Tyanna like quickly like changed the subject. She's like, okay, now let's do this.
Yeah.
That was funny. I actually found that funny.
Reasons.
Hey guys.
Oh, you know what might be actually perfect?
Yeah.
If I actually plan to do this series in like different languages, you're already perfect to do like German and the other languages. You're already perfect to do the other ones.
I don't think the Germans agree, but
It's okay. You can try your best. I am not hiring another voice actor. You're going to do your best.
Germans would be like, "What the hell? That's not how we sound like. That's not how it sounds." I have to
I also
really
found out
brush
that
up on German.
Veronica's voice actor also speaks in German, so don't need to hire another voice actor for Veronica. I already got the main one voice acting. Like, I remember going to her YouTube channel, and she did some of these trailers from like games, and she sent them in German. That's how I know that she spoke German. And I'm like, now I don't need a German voice actor for Veronica because I already have one.
Yeah. Oh, for the love of God, you.
Man, it was actually harder to actually edit the other characters. Well, especially Faith, because Faith voice actors like the audio for her her role. It was like, oh, we take a separate like file thing. I'm like, wait, what? Because I don't know if you saw from the live stream. There was like 2 different layers, and I had to keep editing Faith layer like underneath like the rest of them. Yeah, it was like, no, we're gonna be different. I'm like, what? Why?
You know, because you pay them, you can ask to do it in mono.
I know, but I'm over here like being scared. I'm like, okay,
You can ask
thank you.
nice. You can always ask nicely.
I know, but it's just something with me, and like I don't like to ask too much of people.
Well, yeah, but it's your money. Now you're basically spending your time and money to fix problems that other people cause. So you are like, it would be way easier if you could do it in mono instead of stereo. Could you please do that next time? And they'd be like, yeah, I can do
We
it.
borrowed.
You're paying me. Faith, it's a like one thing that Karens have right is that the one who pays can make some demands. You can make a couple demands, like please do it, please record in mono. No.
Yeah, but then if you do too much, then we're going to kick you out of our store.
No. Yeah, is my final answer.
I'm trying to find the part where it's like instantly snapped to like tie and be like, okay, let's get rid of this animal.
I said yeah, and I heard myself say no.
Oh, Christ, my God.
Bye,
That's
Luna.
very confusing. Okay then, see you 2 later.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Veronica?
I found the part where it snaps. Until like.
No.
Where was it? I got played again.
Bye.
Like Dexter sounding all sad, like.
Bye, Luna.
Yeah. Okay then.
Instantly snap, like, okay then, let's do this. Tyanna's supposed to be like a mother figure. She's like over here, like, okay, let's do something else. Besides, take care of a cat.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is making me want to draw a picture of like you and Tyanna, but like your cats are all over her. She's like, get the fuck off me.
No cats in the food court.
There's one question that my brother keeps asking me, and this is a question that I don't have an answer to. It's why did I get the animatronics hair? I don't.
Because it's fun to draw hair.
Well, yeah, but then I'm also like, I don't know. And plus, it also looks good on them.
Yes.
And plus, like some, like Veronica and Faith, they're like the way that I design their characters, they are actually pushing me out of my comfort zone when it comes to drawing characters. Because the way that I draw Tyanna is like my main like go-to of drawing like
Yeah.
any kind of female. Like that's the one I got so used to.
Yeah.
And then
So
when I made Ronica, I decided to have her hair over her eyes so I could practice not drawing eyes.
mhm.
And then when it came to drawing face, I'm like, I'm gonna make her flat chested, since all my female characters always had like a pair of breasts. So I'm like, I'm gonna make her flat chested because not all females have a pair of breasts.
True. Well,
Yeah.
one thing that is in the advantage of having hair is that it is more humanized. So if people can get scared of robots who look less human until you go into like the weird uncanny valley type, but people really want something that they can think of as human. So a robot with hair is more comfortable looking to a human being than a robot without hair.
Yeah, true. And plus, also the kids can also braid their hair.
Yeah.
Well, mostly Tyanna's. They can braid Tyanna's hair, but Veronica's like, don't touch my hair or I will touch you.
I will break.
Because Veronica's hair are only like these big puff balls. Mostly
Mhm.
because I don't know how to draw braids. I tried many times. I cannot draw braids properly, so I'm like, screw it. Give her like little puff balls, and then like Face does her hair, and she does Veronica's hair. And when kids pull on Veronica's hair, they mess up like the little like circles that are going on in her hair, and
Mhm.
Veronica literally sits there for like 2 hours waiting for Face to get done. Doing that is not easy, especially if you're an animatronic.
Yeah.
There's always this one thing that I always find funny when it comes to drawing the characters. 99% of the characters I draw that are like animals, they always have 3 fingers and then a thumb. But it's funny because the way that they flip you off is like them pulling up their second finger, but you can't tell if they're flipping you off because you have no idea.
No.
I always find that funny. I'm like, so every time that I draw Tyanna like flipping people off, I always give her an extra finger so it looks like it.
It's extra censorship.
Yeah, extra censorship. And plus, the thing is, I also like if people want to, like I'm not going to stop them, but if people do draw art like NSFW art of like the characters, I'm fine with
Mhm.
that. Besides Dexter. Dexter should not be drawn
Yeah.
as that because that would be child pornography.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. So that's why I also announced my channel like, yeah, you guys can do that, but do not do Dexter.
Mhm.
Because Dexter is literally a child. And plus, even
Same
things are also
for the
resembling a child.
adult.
Even things like if say like this character like is like 20 but they look and act like a child, like it will still count as child pornography.
Mhm.
So yeah, I made that very clear. I'm like, no Dexter. Everyone else is fine. Because they're literally over the age where they can be drawn like that.
Mhm.
Especially Tyanna. She's freaking 40. Like a lot of people look at Tyanna and say like, wow, she must be at least like a year old. Like thinking like she's like animatron that just recently got made. Man, she must be like a year old. And then the circus master's like, no, she's like 40. They're like, wait, what? And they're like, they look at Veronica and say, oh man, she must be like an angsty teen. No, she's like 36. Faith, also 36. Circus Master, we're like 36. I don't really have a candidate for Circus Master, but he's around like in his like mid 30s.
Yeah.
And And then Dexter's like, I'm 7.
I'm
And being like the tiniest little
7
bean.
and a half.
Being like the tiniest little thing ever. His main thing, like, there's always one canon thing that I have for Dexter is he always chases after squirrels up trees and they get stuck.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and then if they can't find the ladder, they always go get Tyanna because she's the tallest.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, we can't find the ladder, and then like they realize like, oh yeah, so did Circus Master take that home with them? Because now and then like Circus Master would take the ladder back because he needs like fix something in his house. So then like he's like, and then they can't find the ladder. We're like, okay, let's go get Tyanna. And Tyanna's always busy doing something. Like she's either repairing her robotic lions or doing paperwork. And then it's like,
Yeah.
hey, Dexter's stuck in a tree, and we can't. And I believe Circus Master took the ladder home. And she's like, oh, for the love of Christ.
Not again.
Yeah, he probably did like 20 times by now. Yeah, Tyanna ain't happy about this. And to be honest, it's very funny. Oh, fun fact, I actually did draw something like that, but then I remember someone traced it, too. And I was kind of pissed about that. I'm like, bruh.
Bruh, don't trace.
And they also traded a lot of other art of mine. And then they tried to make an OC called Female Dexter. They tried to make a gender bend version of Dexter, and like kind of as their OC. I'm like, what? You just literally say it's a female Dexter. So you're saying you literally just, and plus all the pictures that they made technically all the pictures that they made for me was also all traced by my art. Like, bruh.
Really weird.
I like literally got so mad where I like confronted them, and then they're like, I made this fan art for you. I'm like, you traced my art. That's not making fan art. That's called tracing my art. I was really mad about that.
I can understand that.
And the thing is, I don't really like to do watermark. I don't like doing the whole watermark thing. That's the one thing it is. I don't like doing the watermark. Because most of the time I will forget to add it, or I end up like disliking it the way that I did it.
Mm-hmm.
So 99% of the time I do not have a watermark. So then it's like if people are like, "Oh, you traced this person's arm," I'm like, "No, they traced me." Like I literally have no evidence to back it up unless it was poorly traced.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when they traced me, it was very poorly traced. And I'm like, oh, for the love of Christ. And then when my friends came in, they're like, dude, you can't trace your art like that. Yeah. Oh, I remember this one bad thing happening.
How young people are sometimes.
I remember this one bad thing happening to me. So one day, someone new joined the server,
Mm-hmm.
and this server is open for everyone who finds the link on the Game Joel page.
Mm-hmm.
And so this one person joined in, and I didn't really think much of it. I'm like, oh, they must have found it, and they wanted to be more interested in it. And so, like, nothing much. Like they texted me while I was asleep one night because like the whole different time zones things.
Yeah.
So I woke up to a text saying, hey, I can't text or do anything in your server. I'm like, and then I told them saying, oh, there's a thing on the server that has to verify you. So it's going to take like 5 to 10 minutes. And so then after 5 to 10 minutes, he was able to text and do stuff on the server. But I remember posting a picture of like the screenshot of my Minecraft world.
Mm-hmm.
like the picture of my backyard filled like with mobs as I keep forgetting to light it up. And like he didn't say anything like too bad. He's like, oh, like if I had the sword, I'll fight them all. He's like, I do have, after that he's like, I do have Minecraft, but my phone really sucks. And I didn't really think much of it until the next day. He started texting me saying, he's like, are you? He's like, how old are you? I'm like, what? Why? And he's like, I'm an 18 male. I bet you're really pretty in real life. I'm like, excuse me?
Just the just the thing. I'm an 18 male. Frick off.
Yes, I sent a screenshot to one of my other friends who literally has like god control over my server.
Yeah.
I sent the screenshot to her. She's like, block them. That's what I did. So I
Yeah.
blocked them, and she banned them from the server too.
Yeah. To be fair, that's a really good idea
Yeah.
when that happened.
And it was really creepy. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. Of course, that's creepy.
Man, I just felt really awkward. And the bad thing is, I believe he was actually, like, his profile picture was supposed to be like the Friday Funkin' Night character from
Yeah.
one of the mods, from one of the game mods.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was supposed to be like from one of that. And it just felt really weird. I'm like, no, don't. Plus, it's not the first time that someone like tried to flirt with me online too. I'm like one time on Valentine's Day, like one of my friends, friend, and in his server that I was in, I had I was like a mod in there, and he's like, I hate being single on Valentine's Day, and then tried to flirt with me. I'm like, no. And I sent a screenshot to the owner who was my friend. He's like, okay, I'll deal with him. I'm like, good. I don't
Yeah.
want this. I hate this.
I understand that.
It sucks. I don't like it when people do that to me. I get really awkward, and I feel really more awkward the next day because I'm like, oh my god, this shit happened to me last night. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Also, hi, Gina.
You know what's funny? When I type, like, I will always have my German keyboard on and like on my phone, and
Yeah.
the only difference in the German keyboard is the Y and the Z is like it swap places. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's one of the few things. Maybe um some symbols are swapped as well. I know the Dutch version, the Dutch keyboard has a key swapped when it comes to like colons and question marks and that kind of stuff, but not much in the thing of the letters. And Germans really love their Z's and their C's.
Yeah, I remember, um, I was like on Duolingo, like practicing my German.
Yeah.
It's like speak this word that means I am sorry. I'm sorry, and it's like a word that is like very long. I'm like, what the fuck?
Entschuldigung.
Yeah, I'm like, no. This is shorter in English. Why is it 10 times longer in German?
Entschuldigung is a nice word. I like it.
Yeah, it does sound nice. One of the words I actually find funny, which means thanks, which is danke.
Danke.
Yeah, danke.
Danke.
Like I do remember most words. Like if you put like if I actually like take the time to actually study German, like the thing is I could probably like have like crappy like the way I say it probably would be crappy, but I could probably read it real well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember just like reading everything, and I was like reading everything all properly. Like when it comes to like putting the stuff in like English, typing it in English, I read everything all perfectly. I'm like, oh, okay. I automatically knew what it meant. I'm like, oh, okay, this, okay, next.
Really nice. I must admit that German and Dutch look and sound alike a lot. The problem is that some of the words do not mean the same thing. So
I,
if
I
one
actually
person,
I knew this one person who was Dutch, and then he moved to and he told me that he moved into someplace in Germany. I'm like, oh, nice. I'm like, what's the difference between that? He's like, nothing really much, just a few words. I'm like, oh.
yeah, the most infamous one is the word "gal." In German, "gal" means like good, super great. In Dutch, that word means horny.
Oh my god.
So, so if a German person says that's real gal, Dutch people are like, what?
Excuse me?
Excuse me, what did you say?
Oh my god.
Why did you call my head horny? No, I didn't mean that.
I love how just like I just stop like what I'm doing just to like talk for like hours. This is what I end up doing. Like every time I'm in a call with someone, I always end up stopping like near the end of what I'm trying to finish, and I'm
I
like,
didn't mean to distract you, I just wanted to.
it's fine. I like talking to new people like this. It also gives me to know you a little bit better,
Yeah,
and that's good because communication is key when it comes to working with people.
true.
We went from talking about how amazing I went from talking about how amazing you and the others are, and then we went to gunshots. We went to vents and gunshots, fireworks, and then we went from what was it? Talking about your cats.
Yeah.
And then we went from hippity hoppity Ronica's going to end up taking your cat. Saying like, this is my property now. Bye.
Yeah. That cat is my property.
Ronica's gonna be like, hippity hoppity, now your cats are my property, and then she just walks off with them.
No.
Veronica's a true cat person. Like if Veronica does exist, like you and her would probably be best friends.
Probably. Unless she takes my cats away and I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and then we went from like talking about like how the how your microphone like went like flop on that one line.
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, can we call? I'm like, yeah, sure. and then we just started talking about something else, and then we were talking about German, Dutch, and then everything else, and then we got up to here.
Yeah.
Eh. Funny how conversations end up doing this. And I talk about Connie Can machine that I bought.
Yes.
I told my little brother, I'm like, I bought a Connie Can machine. He's like, I want it. I'm like, it won't come by tomorrow. He's like, I want it.
Aww.
I'm going to wonder how my nephew's going to react to cotton candy. I believe he never had cotton candy before.
Ooh.
So it's going to be a little bit interesting. Either he's going to go on a full sugar rush, or he's going to be like, what is this?
this sticky stuff?
And the cotton candy machine came with different flavors too.
Ooh.
It's cherry, pink vanilla, blue raspberry, orange, grape. Yeah, and grape. Yeah, it came with. It was like extra like a few dollars for like other flavors. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do the extra few dollars one because I get more flavors. And it also comes with the sticks too.
Oh, that's it. That's very nice.
Yeah, there's one that was like 200, and I'm like, who pays $200 on a freaking cotton candy machine? I only spent like
It's
I only spent like
probably
70 on
money
mine.
with cotton candy.
I only spent $70 on my machine, plus all the flavorings in the stick. My sister's like, can you also make when you get it, can you also make cotton candy for me and my friends when they come sleep over? I'm like, man, my family's wild. With 3 younger brothers, 1 little sister, 1 older sister, 1 older brother, and then technically a half brother who's older than me, plus a baby nephew. This family is huge.
Yeah.
This family's huge. I don't like to brag, but I got a big family. We didn't even need any friends. We got each other.
True. I have 1 brother.
I got so many siblings. I'm like, I don't even remember your guys' birthday. How do you expect me to do this for you? Like that's the funniest thing is like, my sister's like, okay, so she's like, okay, so when's my birthday? I'm like,
Um.
and then my brother asked me when's my birthday. I'm like, oh, October 23rd. And she's like, wait a minute, how do you remember his but not mine? I'm like, because his birthday's closer to Halloween.
Very important.
Yeah, Halloween's very important. Free candy. Hey, technically, it's also kind of like a good exercise day because you're making yourself and kids run around the neighborhood getting candy, and then they get a reward by candy.
I have never celebrated Halloween.
You never celebrate Halloween?
It's not. It wasn't a thing in the Netherlands. It's gaining popularity because of all the American media that we are consuming, especially when we were children. But it wasn't celebrated in the Netherlands at all. We had a different celebration where we would go around and collect candy. It's called Sint Maarten. It's a Catholic um, saint holiday, basically. But it's not with dressing up or whatever. It's just going around with little lights and singing that one song that everyone sings. So you get it, you hear it like 50,000 times a day. En het gaat Sint Maarten, de koeien hebben staarten, de meisjes hebben rokjes aan, daar komt Sint Martinus aan. And it is about nothing. It's about Sint Martin. Sint Martin. The cows have tails. Don't ask me why. The the girls are wearing skirts. There's St. Martin. That's the song, and I'm like, what?
What?
That's the entire song. It's St. Martin, St. Martin. The cows have tails. The girls wear skirts. There's St. Martin. I'm like, okay.
What?
It's insane. I cannot understand what it's about.
I'm over here trying to process what I just learned what it means in English.
Yeah.
My brain's like, what the fuck is wrong with that country?
Oh, you have no idea.
Uh,
There's so many things that you don't understand. Even if you're like learning German, Dutch is such a different thing. Even Germans are like, what are these Dutch neighbors doing here? What the hell? Yeah, so no Halloween for us. It's gaining popularity, so people, especially like teenagers, will celebrate Halloween, but more with parties. But we never had to like dress up in costumes and go the rounds.
a lot of people think that Halloween's more like celebrate the Devil's Night. Do you know some people actually think
Mhm.
about that? Yeah, I don't understand why people think about that, but a lot of Halloween, uh, like like Halloween for some people in religion is like, oh, it's the devil's birthday or something.
But that was not how the Irish thought of it. That's not what the Irish thought. Because it's an Irish holiday.
I know, but I think it's like mostly like the Christians in America. They're like, it's a day about the devil, and then we're like, no, it's a day about getting free candy.
But it was originally it was the day that the ghost would come out and people would dress up as ghosty ghoulies to scare them away back into hell. That's the original idea.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
I'm learning new things with you.
I know so many things. Don't worry.
We should just honestly just start a podcast and then just watch you like, I don't know, go somewhere. We should just honestly
I
just.
So the one that I'm using to watch you on, so Barbara Visser, which is my real name, you can know that. I am making videos about the Netherlands, Dutch culture, and everything Dutch.
I actually remember watching one of your videos. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember watching it. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute, is that her? Because I recognize, because I think you have the exact same profile, like a similar profile picture in the casting call club. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
So I'm like, wait a minute, is that her? And then I just like hopped on, and I'm like, oh, nice.
nice. Yeah, that's me.
Eh.
I do so many things. But yeah, so Halloween was called Hallows Eve, Holy Night,
There was this
and it
one
was
movie that I kept watching over and over again, and this
yeah,
movie was technically a Halloween and Christmas movie, and
Nightmare Before Christmas.
it's called The
At
Nightmare
least,
Before Christmas.
yeah,
I
I like it.
watched that over and over and over again until my parents like hide the remote. Like I literally watched that every single time, and then when Frozen came out, I'm like, do the same thing. Been watching like 20 times a day.
I never had that, but as a kid, I was watching Sister Act like way too many times. I'm not even that religious, but Sister Act did something with me. I don't know.
I remember watching this show with my mom, and then while I'm like watching it, I realized that when they were talking, the lip syncing was not even like syncing up. And then I asked my mom about that. She's like, "Oh, this because this show originally came from Germany. I don't remember what show it's called, but I remember she told me that it came from Germany, and then they just voiced over the others."
Yeah, they dub things. Yeah, I'm really curious what show it would be because there are not many things that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a famous German show.
Like it was like on Netflix too.
Oh, when it's on Netflix, they just dub over everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to actually think about what it was. I know what it was about. It was about it was this kid was time traveling through these hills, and he has to time travel, or the whole world would or everyone would die or something. So he was forced to time travel a lot.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
I I, I think that's what it was, and the episode I watched, my mother was way ahead. So I was watching
Mm-hmm.
the same episode that she was watching, because she was way ahead.
Yeah.
And then when the mother was getting mad at her daughter because her daughter's like, just face the facts. He's dead. Even though he wasn't dead, he was just time traveling. And I don't remember what the
Yep.
show was called. Now it's bothering me.
Oh dear.
It's bothering me now. When you trying to think of a show, when you think of the show, you watched a lot, and then you're trying to remember the name, but you can't remember until weeks later.
Yeah.
It'll be 5 weeks later, and then you're
All the time. Yeah.
that was the name. I did that not too long ago too. I'm like, what was that show called again? I'm trying to think about it, and then I end up remembering it, but I don't remember it. I don't remember the name. I was going back through that's what I now remember what it was. I was going back through my old favorite cartoons that I liked to watch when I was younger, and I'm like, what was this name of this one show? It was it was from PBS Kids, something that was more recent when I was younger,
Mhm.
and so the network was called PBS Kids, and I was like, what was this one show's name? Because I remember watching it a lot. And then I was like, Wonder Girl. I kept searching something like that. And then it's Word Girl. I'm like, that's the name.
Ah,
Question, have you heard of Barney, the dinosaur?
I have heard of Barney. We didn't have it in the Netherlands, at least not when I was a kid.
Barney came out in 1995.
Yeah, I was alive back then, but we didn't have a lot of American shows. Uh, More dubbed over English shows or Dutch.
Barney was my jam back then. Same thing for my older sister. My older siblings, me, and some of my younger siblings, and now my baby nephew. We're
Uh,
Barney is our jam. But it's kind of sad because Barney actually stopped producing back in 2005. Was it 2005?
okay.
I don't remember. They stopped producing more episodes around the 2000s. Hold on, I'm looking it up. When did Barney stop airing? Oh, it ended around 2010.
Uh,
Yeah, and then no one knew the reason why until someone came out from that produced the show saying, "Oh, that's because the person that was originally doing the Barney suit, he was being
mhm.
really mean to some of these kids.
Oh dear.
He was cussing him out and everything.
Oh, that's not good practice. No.
Yeah, and that's why they had to close the show. And some
That
people,
is
and some of the parents didn't even like Barney. They're like, this big toothy dinosaur who's always
yeah.
grinning? No, no, thank you. And I'm like, how are you saying that's scary? That's amazing. Like I remember working with this one girl that I was working with. I'm like, have you ever heard of the show named Barney the dinosaur? She's like, yeah, but I always find it kind of creepy. I'm like, how the fuck do you find that creepy?
But it's the same thing about clowns, I think.
Yeah, clowns. Like, ever since that like the scary clown movies came out, like some people are actually being more terrified of clowns. Especially when it came to the It movie too.
Yeah.
Pennywise. I never really watched. I didn't even watch the first movie. I watched the second movie. I don't know why I didn't watch it. Oh yeah, that's right. I am terrified of clowns. I just remembered. I'm just like, wait a minute, why?
I just didn't remember it anymore.
I forgot that I was terrified of clowns. I literally had nightmares about like Pennywise for like for like 2 weeks.
Oh dear.
And now I just remember. I'm like, wait a minute, why did I never watch the first movie? I'm like, oh wait a minute, I'm terrified of clowns. That's right.
I don't want to watch the movie.
But I watched it anyway, since that's the only good movie that my sister had. Because she had things on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Since she was like just barely making enough money to like pay her rent and all that, and pay all the bills, so she had DVDs instead of like the whole internet thing.
Yeah.
And there was this one movie that we watched, and let me just say that movie was not safe for kids either. Very inappropriate. I don't know. My nephew almost broke my glasses earlier today.
Oh no.
He yanked them off my face and then started pulling them apart. I'm like, and I started hearing cracks. I'm like, no!
That is scary.
Luckily, I do have another pair, but I only have 2 pairs. So if I lose this one pair, I only have 1 pair left.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah, it's honestly not enough. And plus, technically, these are the free glasses I got because of freaking the USA's like healthcare and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these are technically free. So yeah, the first pair and my second pair are both free. So I'm like, nice.
Nice. We usually have things with here in the Netherlands at least. Most of the medical bills are covered with obligatory what do you call it? Dutch brain. Insurance. That's the thing. We are obliged to have insurance, but it covers all the costs, basically. So if you're sick or if anything happens to you, it's all covered.
Yeah. Man, I'm kind of mad at my sister.
Oh dear.
Because I have like these like markers. They're like alcohol-based markers, but they're not like Copic. But they are alcohol-based markers.
Mm-hmm.
And she took one of them and then she drew all over my wallet with it.
Why?
Don't know. And she's like 13. Don't know why.
She should know better. She should know better.
Yeah, she knows better, but she knows that she doesn't get in trouble. Cause she's one of those kids that like let's just scream at the top of their lungs until they get their way.
Oh dear. Temper tantrums.
Yeah.
If my brother would do that, he's 30, he would not get away with that.
Yeah, honestly, no, he would not.
I'm just like, oh yeah, my brother is 30, is 13, not 13. That's very different reality there.
You and your brother are older than my two older siblings. My older brother is like 25.
Ah, yeah.
Uh,
My brother and I are the real millennials.
well, my parents are also older than you and your brother, because both my parents are like 46 or something.
I hope so if your brother is 25.
Yeah. Well, I'm my technically with my dad, I'm technically his first child,
Yeah.
because my mom had like before she met my dad, she was dating this other guy, and she had my
Mm-hmm.
two older siblings,
Yeah.
and then she left him, and then she got married to my dad, and then I'm technically my dad's first kid, but technically my mom's third.
Yeah.
A lot of people like some photos you can see how much I look like my dad, but then in other photos I look like both of my grandparents, both of my grandmothers.
Mm-hmm.
And like with my short hair, I actually started looking more like my two grandmothers more. I'm like, oh. And it's funny because I look like my two grandparents. Both of my grandmothers, it's funny. You know, I think I'm just going to start drawing at this point. I'm getting bored of editing audio. This is something that I take like 2 days on because I'm like, this is boring.
Yeah.
And I like to listen to music as I do like things like this. And then I'm like, I can't listen to my music. Cause
Oh dear.
I gotta listen to the audio, make sure everything's in the right place, and then I end up screwing something up. I'm like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be like 3 lines back. What the hell?
There. Okay. In the meantime, I've been drawing as well. Just then thing.
I hate when I move my pen, my mouse is like, okay, we're gonna go everywhere. I'm like, wait, what? Internet's very slow. Screw it, I'm going to look at my phone. Because internet's being really slow. Don't understand why.
No.
Oh, I love it. We we got mama buns.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if you heard me when I said this earlier during the stream, but the purple on her was actually added on like after I believe I added that on like earlier this year. All her purple.
Oh, that's very recent.
Yeah, that's like the recent thing that I ever done to her. She's definitely been the same for the past like 6 years.
Yeah.
That's mostly because I didn't want to change her design because she was too perfect. But people were like,
and then you anyway.
yeah, because people were like compare her to Spring Bonnie, and we were like, no.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's her own person. She has purple freckles and purple tips on her ears.
Yeah. It's really annoying when people start to compare it to something while it's your own thing.
Yeah, especially with the orange hair too.
Yeah.
You know, back then I remember someone tried to start fighting with me saying you copied my character. I'm like, just because we have yellow bunnies with orange hair, it doesn't mean I copied your character. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny thing too. You won't even know who this person is. They're gonna be like, you copied this character. I'm like, no, we didn't. I don't even know who this person is. See,
Those people are just very afraid, and they probably copied from someone else.
yeah, they probably did. Okay, not in my downloads. Documents. I saved this in my important place, which is my documents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't save it into my like my drawing folders. I'm like no documents.
Documents sound important. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and plus that's also where I keep
Uh,
all my exported videos too.
oh yeah. Okay. I actually have to go. It's 7:30 here a.m. and I need to do things like take showers and get ready for stuff. So I am very I'm very sorry, but I have to leave the call.
It's okay. It's like 1 in the morning for me. I gotta go to bed soon because I got
Oh,
school.
yeah. Okay. Well, it was very nice talking to you. Maybe we talk another time.
Yeah.
And everyone who is in the chat or watching us, thank you for watching. I had a great time here
Oh,
with Libby.
what if we try to get all the voice actors together?
Yes. If it's possible in terms of like time zones, that would be cool. That would be cool, and people can ask questions and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to get you and Veronica together since you guys are practically almost in the same time zone, I believe.
Yeah.
And Bates and Dexter, that's going to be debatable because I never really see Dexter's his voice actors online. And
Mm-hmm.
the government agent dude, I still gotta give him a name. Now and then he's
Make him
active,
anonymous.
but now and then he's active, but he does have a part-time job, so it's
Oh yeah.
it's debatable with him. And then I gotta try to email Circus Master's voice actor saying, hey, you want to do like a meetup thing with the other voice actors on a Discord call?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah. But yeah, we should do all that. We should have a live stream where it's just all of us just talking.
Yeah. Would be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Okay. Well, have a little bit more fun. I don't know how long you're gonna draw for some more, but I really need to go. So everyone, goodbye. See you another time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, as I said, it's like 1:30 in the morning. So whoever is still here, thank you for watching the live stream because I'm going to draw for a bit and then I'm going to probably head to bed because as I said before she left, I got school in the morning. So, and I gotta be there at 9 o'clock, like around like 9:30 or something. So I'm going to end the live stream here. Thank you for whoever was watching. And let's hope the next stream where either way I do like a whole talking stream with all the other voice actors, or it's going to be me making the storyboard. So thank you all for so much for